Hi everybody, it's me Jill and welcome to Jill Informed Season 1 series, The Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 1, Episode 7. Reading is fundamental. I don't know if you guys watch RuPaul's Drag Race, but they always do. Reading is what? Fundamental before they do that challenge where they read each other. It's funny. All right, so this is the second half of the To Be Continued. We are in Bethany, Maryland. I should have looked that up, you guys. I think it's in Maryland. It's about 3 hours from Potomac, from where they all live. And this is where Ashley and Michael have their beach house. It's the girls' weekend, and the ladies have begun to play a little game. This is, Charisse has created this thing called the Sister Circle, and right now they are sharing something about themselves that maybe the others don't know. Just to refresh your memory, Giselle has shared that she pooped when she was on a date with Mr. Miami. Charisse talked about her impending divorce again. Karen revealed that her mom was just diagnosed with early onset dementia. And Robyn, we left off with the cliffhanger here. Robyn said that a very good friend, like a best friend of hers and Juan's, lied to them and stole all their money. So this is where we open up this week. So now she elaborates and she tells us that their friend came to them with this proposition, and it turned out to be a Ponzi scheme. She said, I don't know how long he was stealing from us, but I guess he took everything they own. So not only are they in financial ruin and trying to recover from that, but it has now created this distrust in Robyn with new people. So when she meets people, she no longer feels like she can trust anybody or she can't trust friends. And, it's funny, I didn't know all this when Ashley had looked her up, and then, they had that conversation at Ashley's birthday party where Robyn kind of confessed, I don't really trust people anymore. Yeah, now I know why. So I hope you're happy, Ashley, that you brought up her financial troubles to everybody. She actually does kind of feel bad about it. Giselle asks Katie, what's going on with your charity thing? So are we out or what? And she said, well, yeah. And she goes, are we invited? And Katie said, I'm not sure yet. Do you even want to go, Giselle? That's what I'm wondering. Anyway, it comes out that now she's got 2 new people on her hosting committee. Charisse and Brene. Katie's does not want to get into anything deep at all right now, but they are not going to let her skate by. So, of course, again, they have to bring up her weird behavior at Ashley's birthday party. Giselle said, so tell me, Katie, were you on something or not? Katie denies that it was anything more than she just drank too much that night. And then Katie leaves to go to bed early. She is not happy. The next morning, it's day 3, and it is pouring rain. So they had plans to go for a bike ride or something that got canceled. So everyone is just in little groups in different parts of the house talking about each other, basically. Karen tells Ashley that she was disappointed in Giselle for talking about her poo. Giselle and Robyn are in their room, and Giselle tells Robyn that she had no idea things were so bad for her financially, and she had no idea about that whole story. And she does tell her that, you can tell me, you can reach out to me if you need me for anything. I'm here for you and I support you, and I will always have your back. Side note, I would much rather have Giselle on my side than not. So Robyn, you're a lucky girl. Katie tells Charisse and Brene, they're down in the living room, that she felt very attacked by Giselle, even though, you guys, it was Brene that first said the way Katie and Andrew were going at each other that night. She's like, I was like, what is she on? Okay, so she's actually the first one to bring up that Katie might be on something. Although, to be fair, Brene didn't really think she was on anything, I don't think. It was just that she was acknowledging her behavior was strange. Giselle is the one that said, well, were you on something or not? Katie tells them that Giselle shouldn't be talking about me and Andrew in our makeout session. We're just very much in love with one another. That's how it is. Oh. No, it isn't. Well, now Giselle walks into the room, and they tell her that she shouldn't have been attacking Katie in the sister circle. Charisse explains to Giselle that the sister circle is supposed to be a safe place. Not with Giselle. Katie, oh God, I know I'm biased and I hate Katie, but Katie said to her, I didn't ask you why you have so many sexual partners or why you walk around in lingerie and have sex in the lobby. Side note, Katie thought about that all night long, right? She went to bed early while the others were having fun and dancing and stuff. She went to bed early and thought about what she wishes she would have said. And so now she's like spewing it all out now. And wearing lingerie, I didn't talk about you having sex in the lobby. And Giselle goes, yeah, because none of that's happening. Now it's a little bit later. Katie's in her room. Brene knocks on the door and goes in there. And they're talking. And then Karen comes in the room. So the three of them are in there. And Brene and Karen are basically telling Katie that she needs to stand up to Giselle. They both tell her that they would have come after Giselle. And that if Katie doesn't, that it's like a sign of weakness and Giselle will pounce on her. Okay, so now the rain has stopped and Ashley is taking them all into town to have an old-timey photo taken. Okay. I mean, they all look cute. It's like an old Western motif, but it still seems like a dumb thing to do. So Giselle ends up apologizing to Katie because Katie is so awkward. I think she just has no social skills or something, which is very strange because, she's the director of the Rost Foundation and she's got to fundraise and I know she's got to probably schmooze and be out in the public eye, but she's awkward. Again, I don't know if it's that she gets in her head so much, but she was probably thinking about how she was going to approach Giselle ever since Karen and Brene talked to her about, you need to stand up to her. It was probably in her mind and she was anxious. And so because of that, she really didn't wait for a good moment. Instead, she pops into the dressing room while Giselle is half dressed. She said, can I talk to you for a minute? And Giselle's like, okay. So Katie comes in, of course, really hot, super serious. I didn't appreciate your implication that I was on something and that's not fair. And then she does this thing that I cannot stand when people do it. They ask, can I talk to you? They state their piece and then they don't let the other person respond. Oh, no, I heard enough from you. It's my turn. I'm talking. I'm not interested in what you have to say. So this is basically what Katie does. And Giselle goes, well, are you interested in me apologizing? Because that's what I was about to say. So Katie goes, yes. And she goes, all right, I'm sorry. And even though Giselle needed to apologize, I kind of wish she didn't. Now the ladies are heading to dinner and a drag show. At dinner, the conversation is about diamonds. Karen thinks that Andrew should be proposing to Katie. Katie said, yeah, I don't think he needs a push. I think he's ready. You could help him pick out a ring for me. And Karen's like, oh, I would love to do that. I love diamonds. We talk about prenups. Charisse did not have one. Ashley does. We learn that Michael and Andrew are both fiscally conservative. I mean, I could have told you that. Katie says that whenever you talk to white men about what's going on in the black community, there's like a glossing over. They just don't understand. And that's what gets me really mad. In Giselle's confessional, she's like, since when does Black Lives Matter to Katie? Especially when she always checks the other box. But aside from all that, the conversation goes well. Giselle congratulates Ashley on a lovely girls' weekend and being a very good host and welcoming her into the group, basically. So it's their last night. They're all in a van and they're heading to Blue Moon, which is a gay bar where they also have a drag show and karaoke and dancing and stuff like that. And these ladies are going crazy They are having so much fun. They're dancing with guys, and Karen Huger's getting freaky on the dance floor. Even Giselle said, we should have come here on the first night. And then Michael shows up. He's surprising Ashley at her all-girls weekend. Why? I mean, that's not when your wife wants you to surprise her. If she got out of town to have some quiet because she was working on a project she needed to finish and he came up and surprised her and brought dinner or something, okay, that's nice. You're surprising her, though, when she's out having fun with her girlfriends? Why? I don't know. Well, Karen is immediately upset by that. She said, where is he sleeping tonight? At his house? And Ashley's like, well, yeah. And she goes, that's not okay. This is a girls' weekend. I'm not comfortable with that. And Ashley says to Karen, I understand your issues, but I just don't really care. Oh, no, she didn't. Does that girl have a death wish? Well, all the ladies take off. We're leaving. And Ashley's like, well, I'm staying here. So they're talking in the van. And I mean, to be fair, it's really just mostly Karen and Giselle who are really pissed off about Michael being there. The others are kind of like, I mean, it's not my favorite thing in the world, but whatever. Robyn is an easygoing girl, isn't she? She handled the single bed and sharing a room with another woman. She handled that like a champ. She's handling this like a champ. I mean, she kind of just rolls with the punches. Giselle's trying to make the point that, it's a girls' weekend. We'll walk around in our panties and stuff. It's not okay that there's a man in the house now. Ashley's point was that it's our last night, you guys. If the ladies didn't leave early, they were probably going to be at the drag show till really late and drinking and maybe out having fun. And they basically would have just come home to sleep. And then the next morning they were packing up to leave. So I kind of get that she didn't think like it overlapped that much, but it didn't need to overlap at all. You know what I mean? If he wanted to surprise her, he could have gotten up early the next day, drove up and surprised her as the ladies were leaving. Ashley's like, he'll just stay in his room all night. You can walk around in your panties. Well, Ashley and Michael end up coming home right after the ladies get there. And they're like, I thought you were going to stay. And she said, no, I mean, I'm still your host. Your guests at my home. So we decided to come back. You guys, this scene is so awkward because they are discussing how wrong it is for Michael to be there while Michael is just standing there. They're doing it right in front of him and he's just standing there with a beer. And they're talking about how wrong it is that he showed up. In Karen's confessional, she said, I thought Ashley would show me some respect after how I've been helping her, but apparently not. And this is why you don't take in strays, because they piss on your carpet anyway. Michael makes a joke that, I thought it would be great, 1 man, 7 women. Giselle's confessional, she said, well, Crocodile Dundee has taken it yet again too far. He's a little creepy and disgusting. I'm out. And that's about it for this episode, you guys. Other than the fact that Giselle and Karen went to bed early and the others stayed up and played beer pong with Michael till like 2 a.m. They all were having fun. Robyn was on a team with Michael and yeah. And the next morning they left and Karen, not loving Ashley so much right now. But that is where this episode ends. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you liked it. Please subscribe and give this video a like. That lets me know I'm doing a good job here. And I hope I see you next week for the next recap of Season 1 of The Real Housewives of Potomac. Bye.